Hey guys, this is DC Lesh, and today's, this is not a Wednesday video. Obviously it's not Wednesday. I just wanted to make a video because a lot of things are on my mind right now, and I kind of just want to spill them out onto a camera. I don't know. It is 1:37 in the morning right now. An hour ago, just uploaded my personal best Domino field record, and I've been watching a lot of Domino stuff today, and I realized I have a lot of thoughts on the Domino community as a whole. For those of you who don't know, I started off the first hobby that I ever actually showed on this channel was my hobby of domino building. I would collect, set up, and knock over large amounts of dominoes in complicated fashions. And you guys have seen several of my videos where I do this. I started doing this early 2007. Early 2007. I got my first domino set for my 10th birthday. It was just standard Domino Rally deluxe set. It had a one of the, what were those little cars called that set up the domino dealer. You like put dominoes in like a little thing on top, and then it would go into a car, and the car would set up dominoes in a line. It's actually a very bad way of setting up dominoes, but yeah, I had that. I played with it pretty much every day, making all sorts of crazy cool, well, I thought crazy cool domino stuff. I eventually collected more sets. I got more sets for like Christmas and stuff like that. I got a neon set, which actually, interesting thing about that neon deluxe set, whatever it was called. It's the orange box that had like a bunch of neon dominoes and stuff like that. I lost that entire set. I have no idea where it went. Like I remember having it at one point. It was I put it somewhere in that closet. It was somewhere in there, or maybe it was somewhere else. I don't know. I do know this. At the time that it was missing, we had a woman that would come to the house, and she would clean up the house, basically a maid. I feel weird saying that. Maid just seems like, oh, the snooty rich boy has a maid. But either way, yeah, it was a person who came to our house and she would clean up stuff. And I think she threw it away. I honestly think I don't know why she would throw it away. I mean, the dominoes didn't do anything to her. But yeah, they went missing, and I have not been able to find them for years. But that doesn't matter, because I have actually increased my collection a little bit more. My cousin decided to give me his collection, so now I have in total about 1,300 dominoes. But yeah, I started off doing Domino Rally videos. One Domino Rally video, which is now deleted, unfortunately. It was the Louisiana Domino Rally. It was the first video I ever uploaded to YouTube. Uploaded in 2007, and it was a pretty good Domino Rally, except for the fact that it stopped 6 times. Back in the day, we would just call those breaks in fall, and we would tolerate a few of them, but too many of them, and it was kind of like, okay, this is kind of a sucky Domino Rally, but whatever. Nowadays, I much prefer everything to just go along in one foul swoop. Just everything works. I hate breaks and fall. That's something I don't like. I don't like watching videos of mine where there are breaks in the fall. So yeah, and that's side rant to the main rant. But yeah, that's something that I was very into back in the day. And around the end of 2007, I started watching, what was it called? How would you describe it? It was a Dutch television show called Domino Day. Now, anybody in the Domino community immediately knows what I'm talking about. You immediately know. Domino Day was a yearly event, a television event, where this team of domino builders organized by a man named Robin Paul Veyers, I think that's how you pronounce his name, would set up millions and millions and millions of dominoes in order to break their own personal world record, which they had broken the year before that. They did that from 1998 to 2009, and I first started watching the show right after Domino Day 2007, which, by the way, was the most infamous Domino Day that ever happened, because it was the first and only time that they ever actually failed to break their own world record. And I remember watching that and just thinking, wow, man, this is intense for these people. And because they just spent 2 months setting all this stuff up, and they failed to break their own record. It was tragic. It was unbelievable. But I immediately fell in love with the show. I started watching all the Domino Day stuff that I could, finding as much information out as I could. Back then, there wasn't really a lot of information on it available on YouTube, and that's the only way that I had access to it. And even nowadays, I still don't know a lot about Domino Day that I probably could know if I spoke Dutch. Or if they just translated it into English. There's not a lot of stuff available to English speakers on Domino Day. So most everything that I learned from Wikipedia, I learned from YouTube. I learned from the little amount of Dutch that I actually was somewhat able to pick up while I watched the show. Like, nowadays, I know very few Dutch words. I know a few terms and what they mean. Excuse me. I know my numbers in Dutch. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. It was weird. I remember back in the day I used to pretend to speak in Dutch and pretend to narrate a Domino Day and whatever. But it was that was a fascinating time. I remember really anticipating Domino Day 2008. I remember I followed all the updates. I followed as many as I could. I watched the first domino being set up by, I think it was the mayor of Leeuwarden who set up the first one. And I remember actually the day of Domino Day 2008, my school was having a volleyball tournament. We always had this yearly volleyball tournament between the 5th graders and the 6th graders. And it was going down during that tournament. I also remember that tournament, fascinatingly enough, because I sang the national anthem for the first time ever. Many more times of me singing the national anthem at events would come afterwards, but that was the first time I ever sang the national anthem at an event. I thought that was really cool. And then just knowing at that time, as I'm watching this, because I had calculated the time. I determined that Domino Day 2008 would start at 2 in the afternoon Central Time. So I thought, as I'm watching the volleyball game, I'm just like, there's 4.5 million dominoes falling in Leeuwarden right now, and I hope they break the world record. It's awesome. It would be a huge shame if they didn't, because that would mean 2 years in a row they wouldn't have broken their own record. And I remember getting home and just looking up as much domino stuff as I could. Although, granted, I was going through kind of an extended punishment from dominoes at the time because of my grades. I was spending too much time building dominoes, not enough time studying. Yeah, study, kids. Because otherwise you'd get all your stuff taken away. Anyways, but I went online. I looked up as much stuff as I could. I found a few videos of Domino Day that were actually uploaded the day of, and I watched those. I thought it was great. I found the newsletter online that basically said, "Hey, we broke the world record." I'm like, "Yeah, we broke the world record! Heck yes!" Oh, great! And I think I still remember the exact number of dominoes that knocked over that day. I think it was 4,345,027 dominoes. I think that was the exact number. But yeah, that was an exhilarating time. I remember when that would come out. And then a year later, Domino Day 2009 happened. I was in my keyboarding class as that was going down. I was very excited for that. I was moderately excited. I had been getting more into Rubik's Cubes at the time, but I was moderately excited that Domino Day 2009 was happening, and they broke the world record again, which was awesome. So yeah, I thought I was super pumped about Domino Day, and then I started getting into Rubik's Cubes. And as I'm getting into Rubik's Cubes, every now and then I would think, okay, well, Domino Day should be coming up pretty soon. Like, it was getting to November 2007. I was like, Domino Day should be coming up pretty soon. Maybe I should go check the website. And I went and checked the website, and I found they weren't planning Domino Day that year. I was like, what? No, don't tell me that. No. And then the next year they did the same thing, and I found out, it was like, Domino Day was canceled because I think it was Endemol that went bankrupt. Again, if a lot of you guys in the Domino community who know more about this than me, this is because I never interacted with anyone in the Domino community. But yeah, I was upset. Although, not really upset, because I kind of moved away from Dominoes and started doing Rubik's Cubes again. In 2011, I think? 2011? Yeah, 2011, I started doing Dominoes again. I made a few Domino videos. There's still quite a bit on this computer that's right here on my PC, and I'm thinking about just gathering all those together and just making one long video, just like all of the hidden Domino episodes that I made. I think that would be cool. I think I'm going to do that one day. But yeah, I never actually... This is one of the things that kind of upsets me about the whole thing, is during the whole 2-year hiatus that I had away from YouTube, my first video all the way to my second video was like... The distance between was 2 years. What I didn't do, and I wish that I had uploaded videos in that time. I wish that I had the means of doing so. I wish I had the means of uploading videos at that time, because I would have tried to be a little more involved in the Domino community than I was. I'm not really involved at all. I wish that I was, because I'll say this, one of the things I wanted to do back then is, like, when I turn 18, I want to go build for Domino Day, and then, of course, it's impossible. Domino Day's been canceled for almost a decade now. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to travel over to Loire, and I wanted to spend the 2 months there, and I wanted to set up Dominoes, and I wanted to make this great, wonderful thing, and then I lost my chance. But yeah, whatever. And then later on, CDT was a big thing. You know, I think it's the Cologne Domino team, and they would set up their personal record, and they would do that every year. And I think they did that until 2013. And I would watch that every year. I would still watch it every year if they did it, but they don't do it anymore, unfortunately. I think there's a few other teams that still do yearly things. I hope there are. I really do hope that there are, because that probably means I could probably join one of these days. I still want to do that. I still want to join a domino building team just once, just to say that I did it. I know that Hevesh 5 and a few other people, I think Shane's Dominoes, but if I remember Shane's Dominoes, I think he quit a few years ago. Maybe he came back later, I don't know. But yeah, Hevesh 5 and all those people, they have something called like the Incredible Science Experiment Machine thing, whatever. And they set up their own personal record, I think, on a yearly basis. I don't really know. Like, I haven't really been keeping up that much with the Domino community all that much. But yeah, one of these days, I really want to try to do something like that. The problem is, I think those events are BYOD, bring your own dominoes, and I don't own any of those fancy, hey, these are Domino Day like dominoes. I know I could get them at, there's plenty of different places. There's Bulk Dominoes. I think Maria Lamping still sells them. Of course, there's Mr. Domino, but I ain't spending that much money for Mr. Domino. And then I think I could also get the original Domino Day dominoes. I checked online. They are selling the original Domino Day dominoes. but they're expensive. They're a lot more expensive than I thought they were. I thought they were like 60-something euros, but then it turns out they charge 75 euros for shipping. And it's like, no way, no thanks, I ain't doing that. So yeah, I don't own any of those fancy Domino Day dominoes. All I own are a few wooden, a few porcelain, and what remains of my Domino Rally collection, and that's it. That's everything that I have. In total, I have 1,300 dominoes, and I don't really have that much else to do with them. So yeah, I would really like to join one of those groups, but I have a feeling that they are BYOD, and that's one of the reasons why I'm sending this video to several people. To several people in the Domino community. I think I'm going to send this to Hevish5. Definitely send this to Hevish5 at the very least. I might send it to Flippy Cat, but Flippy Cat's basically off doing his own thing. He's basically he's a domino artist. Then again, most of the other people are. But nobody's really getting together that much anymore to do big events like CDT or heck Domino Day. I've asked in like the comment sections, like, is anybody like planning on breaking that world record? Because that's something I really want to do. I want to see that world record broken. I want to see somebody actually attempt to break the current world record, which I believe, let's see if I can get the correct number again, is 4,491,865. I think that's the exact current world record, which was set Domino Day 2009, obviously. I want to see someone break that record. I want to see some, and I will say this, ever since I was like 15 or something, I've thought about possibly, breaking that record when I'm much older. Of course, that's probably not going to happen. It would be really expensive. But I planned it. I thought about it so much. I was like, I'm going to set up 5 million dominoes, and I'm going to try to break this world record. Yeah, obviously I wouldn't be able to do it. Way too expensive. Unless some sort of super duper miracle happens. Who knows? But that would be really, really awesome. And I thought about doing it this way. Instead of doing it just all in one gigantic building, what I wanted to do, and I don't know if this is legal. I don't know if you can do this according to the Guinness Book of World Records. I don't know if you can do this, but what I wanted to do was set like a quarter of it up in one area, and then have them like communicate with telephones or something, like have the domino set off a telephone which calls all the way over at a different location, and then that phone activates more dominoes which fall over in that location, and then just set them up in sporadic locations all over southern Louisiana. I was thinking about like doing the first one in the gymnasium at the magnet school that I went to, the second one in the gymnasium of the high school that I went to, the third one in a gymnasium of a high school that I didn't go to, but it was also connected to the magnet school that I went to, and then the final one at the elementary school that I went to. And what I was going to do there is, at the elementary school in the gymnasium, set up the final field there, a huge field of 500,000 dominoes, and then it all ends with like these giant increasing huge dominoes, and it gets to the last one and it's got 5 million on the side, and it falls over and it's all over. That's something that I really wanted to do. I was also thinking about like spreading it out over the course of like several days, like have one section fall over one day with the Builder's Challenge at the end, have it call over to the other side, and then over on the other side it activates like a timer, and then that timer goes for like 24 hours, and then once the timer is over, it knocks over that section, and then does it again and again until it gets to the 500,000 dominoes, which would be preceded by the biggest Builder's Challenge in the universe. Basically setting up one giant domino line all the way down the main hall of the school, which I don't know if that main hall is even still there anymore. The school has gone through a lot of renovations since I was last there. But that was my idea. That was my plan. That's what I wanted to do. It would be really cool if I could do it. I don't think I'm ever going to. But yeah, that would be really awesome. And then of course I have small ambitions that I do actually plan on doing in the future. I plan on at the very least getting an extra 1,000 dominoes, bulk dominoes, whatever, Maria lamping, whatever, and then setting up like the Maria lamping / bulk dominoes in this room, and then setting up my Domino Rally dominoes over in the other room as sort of as a builder's challenge. Which, by the way, what you're looking at right here on the side, that's basically the builder's challenge. I'm sort of doing a proof of concept right now, so like seeing how exactly this whole thing would work, and so far it's doing pretty good. So you may see a new builder's challenge coming out within the next couple of weeks, probably. I'm probably going to actually execute it within the next couple of days, so you may see it coming out pretty soon. And I'm thinking about like doing that in the other room as sort of like the final builder challenge. So yeah, you may see that in the distant future if I ever manage to pick up an extra 1,000 dominoes. That would be really, 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 really awesome. But yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to say about the Domino community. My thing is, I wish I was more connected to it, but I'm not. I'm not connected to this community. I wish that I could be. You know, there are other communities that I am connected to, like the Domino Rubik's Cube community. I am a thriving member of the Rubik's Cube community. I am setting up Rubik's Cube competitions that people are going to, or at least I hope people go to. Go to Cubalite. It's going to be great. I'm setting up competitions. I am a part of the not just the YouTube community, but the Rubik's Cube community in general. I communicate with other cubers. I talk to them, and that's one of the things that I think is really cool with YouTube, is that I can find all these other people that have the same weird hobbies that I do, and I can talk to them about it, and we can discuss, and we can do all these cool things together. And I wish it was like that with the Domino community. I wish I had somebody else to do this with. I wish I had somebody else that I could set up dominoes with. And that's why I'm sending this out to Hevesh5 and all these other people. Not that I actually expect a response. I just want to send this out there. This is a person, hello, Hevesh5, or whoever. I'm saying Hevesh5 mainly because this is the one person that I know I'm going to send it to. And I've been watching a lot of her videos today. Hello, this is a person who is also very, 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 very fascinated by domino building, has been for almost a decade now, and well, actually exactly a decade now, and would like to be a little bit more involved in the community. And I'm wondering just how exactly I could do that. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this 23-minute rant on dominoes. I realize this is a little, like, not as professional. You know, yeah, considering the camera that I have, oh boy, that's professional. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys for listening to my rant about dominoes. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching this video, and this is DC Lesh saying goodbye.